China has understood that Australia is a very big challenger to the CCP's nefarious plans for the Indo-Pacific. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison particularly is a deep cause of concern for Xi Jinping. Yet, China must act fast to establish itself as a military superpower in the region. So, it plans to militarize Kiribati's strategically located islands. However, the Australian Prime Minister will not let that happen. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Sanbir Ranhotra, and in this video we'll explain how China's plans to militarize Kiribati's islands will be foiled by Scott Morrison. The Sino-Australia competition for influence in the Pacific has heightened yet again. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison understands how a communist China wants to leave its authoritarian impression upon the region. In fact, Morrison has been looking to kick China out of the region, and now Beijing is responding with its own plans to shore up its presence in the region. China is making a fresh push to threaten Australia's regional interests and influence in the Pacific Islands region. Beijing has reportedly drawn up plans to upgrade an airstrip and bridge on one of Kiribati's strategically located islands just about 3,000 kilometers southwest of Hawaii. The same site hosted military aircraft during World War II, and now China wants to revive the airstrip. But Canberra, which considers the region as its exclusive sphere of influence, won't let that happen. The details of China's planned project have not yet been made clear, though it will reportedly involve construction on Kiribati's Canton Island, located midway between Asia and the Americas. Also, the Chinese project will be positioned across major sea lanes between North America and Australia and New Zealand. Any Chinese military build-up on the island will give the Paper Dragon deep access into territory that was totally aligned to the US and Australia till now. It will also let China come really close to American military bases in the Pacific Islands. Along with its strategic position, the Canton Island also carries natural resource wealth in the form of rich fisheries, including tuna. Commercial fishing is prohibited as the island is situated in a marine protection zone, but China seldom plays by the book. The growing Chinese influence in Kiribati is a consequence of the 2020 elections in the island nation, during which pro-China president leader Taneti Mamao got re-elected. Earlier in 2019, Mamao oversaw Kiribati's decision to sever diplomatic ties with the island nation of Taiwan and recognize the People's Republic of China instead. Yet, the Mamao administration is facing opposition for letting China militarize a remote Kiribati island. Opposition lawmaker Tessie Lamborn told Reuters that she was concerned about the project and that she wanted to know if it was a part of the Belt and Road Initiative. Lamborn said the government hasn't shared the cost and other details other than its feasibility study for the rehabilitation of the runway and bridge. The lawmaker added, the opposition will be seeking more information from government in due course. Meanwhile, the office of Kiribati president and the Chinese Foreign Ministry have not responded to Reuters' questions. Yet, the Morrison government won't let the project sail through easily. Till now, Canberra has managed to kick China out of Southern Pacific region every single time. Australian Defence Ministry is presently reviewing the 2015 Darwin Port Agreement between Northern Territory's then Country Liberal Party government and China's Land Bridge Group. The agreement had given the Darwin port to the Chinese company on a 99-year lease. Last year, Australia managed to drive a deep wedge between China and Papua New Guinea, which ultimately led to Beijing getting kicked out of the Pacific country. As for Kiribati, it is true that there is a pro-Beijing dispensation in power in the island country, but it is not as if Canberra has lost all its influence. Kiribati still gets a major share of its development assistance and economic aid from Canberra. In 2020-21, Australian official development assistance to Kiribati stood as high as $30.5 million. Australia has been helping Kiribati in the health sector, education, employment-oriented skill development, and post-pandemic economic recovery.